Proverbs, chapter 14, the Passion Translation. Subheader: The House of Wisdom. Every wise woman encourages and builds up her family, but a foolish woman, over time, will tear it down by her own actions. Lovers of truth follow the right path because of their wonderment and worship of God. But the devious display their disdain for him. The words of a proud fool will all come back to haunt him, but the words of the wise will become a shield of protection around them. The only clean stable is an empty stable. So if you want the work of an ox and to enjoy an abundant harvest, you'll have a mess or two to clean up. An honest witness will never lie, but a deceitful witness lies with every breath. The intellectually arrogant seek for wisdom, but they never seem to discover what they claim they're looking for revelation knowledge flows to the one who hungers for understanding. The words of the wise are like weapons of knowledge. If you need wise counsel, stay away from the fool, for the wisdom of the wise will keep life on the right track, while the fool only deceives himself and refuses to face reality. Fools mock the need for repentance, while the favor of God rests upon all his lovers. Don't expect anyone else to fully understand both the bitterness and the joys of all you experience in your life. The household of the wicked is soon torn apart, while the family of the righteous flourishes. You can rationalize it all you want and justify the path of error you have chosen, but you'll find out in the end that you took the road to destruction. Superficial laughter can hide a heavy heart, but when the laughter ends, the pain resurfaces. Those who turn from the truth get what they deserve, but a good person receives a sweet reward. A gullible person will believe anything, but a sensible person will confirm the facts. A wise person is careful in all things and turns quickly from evil, while the impetuous fool moves ahead with overconfidence. An impulsive person has a short fuse and can ruin everything, but the wise show self-control. The naive demonstrate a lack of wisdom, but the lovers of wisdom are crowned with revelation knowledge. Evil ones will pay tribute to good people and eventually come to be servants of the godly. The poor are disliked even by their neighbors, but everyone wants to get close to the wealthy. It's a sin to despise one who is less fortunate than you, but when you are kind to the poor, you will prosper and be blessed. Haven't you noticed how evil schemers always wander astray? But kindness and truth come to those who make plans to be pure in all their ways. If you work hard at what you do, great abundance will come to you, but merely talking about getting rich while living to only pursue your pleasures brings you face to face with poverty. The true net worth of the wise is the wealth that wisdom imparts, but the way of life for the fool is his foolishness. Speak the truth and you'll save souls, but in the spreading of lies, treachery thrives. Confidence and strength flood the hearts of the lovers of God who live in awe of him, and their devotion provides their children with a place of shelter and security. To worship God in wonder and awe opens a fountain of life within you, empowering you to escape death's domain. A king glories in the number of his loyal followers, but a dwindling population spells ruin for any leader. When your heart overflows with understanding, you'll be very slow to get angry. But if you have a quick temper, your impatience will be quickly seen by all. A tender, tranquil heart will make you healthy, but jealousy can make you sick. Insult your Creator, will you? That's exactly what you do every time you oppress the powerless. Showing kindness to the poor is equal to honoring your Maker. The wicked are crushed by every calamity, but the righteous find a strong hope in the time of death. Wisdom soothes the heart of the one with living understanding, but the heart of the fool just stockpiles stupidity. A nation is exalted by the righteousness of its people, but sin heaps disgrace upon the land. A wise and faithful servant receives promotion from the king, but the one who acts disgracefully gets to taste the anger of the king. Proverbs chapter 14, Amplified Translation. Subheader: Contrast the upright and the wicked. The wise woman builds her house on a foundation of godly precepts, and her household thrives. But the foolish one, who lacks spiritual insight, tears it down with her own hands by ignoring godly principles. He who walks in uprightness reverently fears the Lord and obeys and worships him with profound respect. But he who is devious in his ways despises him. In the mouth of the arrogant fool who rejects God is a rod for his back. But the lips of the wise, when they speak with godly wisdom, will protect them. Where there are no oxen, the manger is clean, but much revenue because of good crops comes by the strength of the ox. A faithful and trustworthy witness will not lie, but a false witness speaks lies. A scoffer seeks wisdom and finds none, for his ears are closed to wisdom. But knowledge is easy for one who understands, because he is willing to learn. Leave the presence of a short-sighted fool, for you will not find knowledge or hear godly wisdom from his lips. The wisdom of the sensible is to understand his way, but the foolishness of short-sighted fools is deceit. Fools mock sin, but sin mocks the fools. But among the upright there is good will and the favor and blessing of God. The heart knows its own bitterness, and no stranger shares its joy. The house of the wicked will be overthrown, but the tent of the upright will thrive. There is a way which seems right to a man, and appears straight before him, but its end is the way of death. Even in laughter the heart may be in pain, and the end of joy may be grief. The backslider in heart will have his fill with his own rotten ways, but a good man will be satisfied with his ways, the godly thought and action which his heart pursues and in which he delights. The naive or inexperienced person is easily misled and believes every word he hears, but the prudent man is discreet and astute and considers well where he is going. A wise man suspects danger and cautiously avoids evil, but the fool is arrogant and careless. A quick-tempered man acts foolishly and without self-control, but a man of wicked schemes is hated. The naive are unsophisticated and easy to exploit and inherit foolishness, but the sensible are thoughtful and far-sighted and are crowned with knowledge. The evil will bow down before the good, and the wicked will bow down at the gates of the righteous. The poor man is hated even by his neighbor, but those who love the rich are many. He who despises his neighbor sins against God and his fellow man. But happy Blessed and favored by God is he who is gracious and merciful to the poor. Do they not go astray who devise evil and wander from the way of righteousness? But kindness and truth will be to those who devise good. In all labor there is profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. The crown of the wise is their wealth of wisdom, but the foolishness of close-minded fools is nothing but folly. A truthful witness saves lives, but he who speaks lies is treacherous. In the reverent fear of the Lord there is strong confidence, and his children will always have a place of refuge. The reverent fear of the Lord that leads to obedience and worship is a fountain of life, so that one may avoid the snares of death. In a multitude of people is a king's glory, but in a lack of people is a pretentious prince's ruin. He who is slow to anger has great understanding and profits from his self-control. But he who is quick-tempered exposes and exalts his foolishness for all to see. A calm and peaceful and tranquil heart is life and health to the body. But passion and envy are like rottenness to the bones. He who oppresses the poor taunts and insults his Maker, but he who is kind and merciful and gracious to the needy honors him. The wicked is overthrown through his wrongdoing, but the righteous has hope and confidence and a refuge with God, even in death. Wisdom rests silently in the heart of one who has understanding, but what is in the heart of short-sighted fools is made known. Righteousness, moral and spiritual integrity, and virtuous character, it exalts a nation, but sin is a disgrace to any people. The king's favor and goodwill are toward a servant who acts wisely and discreetly, but his anger and wrath are toward him who acts shamefully. Proverbs 14, New Living Translation. A wise woman builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. Those who follow the right path fear the Lord. Those who take the wrong path despise him. A fool's proud talk becomes a rod that beats him, but the words of the wise keep them safe. Without oxen, a stable stays clean, but you need a strong ox for a large harvest. An honest witness does not lie. A false witness breathes lies. A mocker seeks wisdom and never finds it, but knowledge comes easily to those with understanding. Stay away from fools, for you won't find knowledge on their lips. The prudent understand where they are going, but fools deceive themselves. Fools make fun of guilt, but the godly acknowledge it and seek reconciliation. Each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can fully share its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the godly will flourish. There is a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. Laughter can conceal a heavy heart, but when the laughter ends, the grief remains. Backsliders get what they deserve. Good people receive their reward. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. The wise are cautious and avoid danger. Fools plunge ahead with reckless confidence. Short-tempered people do foolish things, and schemers are hated. Simpletons are clothed with foolishness, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Evil people will bow before good people, The wicked will bow at the gates of the godly. The poor are despised even by their neighbors, while the rich have many so-called friends. It is a sin to belittle one's neighbor. Blessed are those who help the poor. If you plan to do evil, you will be lost. If you plan to do good, you will receive unfailing love and faithfulness. Work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. Wealth is a crown for the wise. The effort of fools yields only foolishness. A truthful witness saves lives, but a false witness is a traitor. Those who fear the Lord are secure. He will be a refuge for their children. Fear of the Lord is a life-giving fountain. It offers escape from the snares of death. A growing population is a king's glory. A prince without subjects has nothing. People with understanding control their anger. A hot temper shows great foolishness. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Jealousy is like cancer in the bones. Those who oppress the poor insult their maker, but helping the poor honors him. The wicked are crushed by disaster, but the godly have a refuge when they die. Wisdom is enshrined in an understanding heart. Wisdom is not found among fools. Godliness makes a nation great, but sin is a disgrace to any people. A king rejoices in wise servants, but is angry with those who disgrace him.